Jerry Mallory here for SBNation and PrivateDetroit.com. The Lions will be taking on the New England Patriots in just a few hours downtown at Ford Field, which means the next video that we'll do, I'll be off this couch and you'll see me live at Ford Field, hopefully running into some of you fellow Detroit Lions fans. So what we're going to do, we're going to look back, 3 things we saw in the Cleveland game that we don't want to see repeat itself, and then 3 areas we'll be keying in on as we look forward to this game. As you know, the 3rd preseason game is meaningless. It doesn't count, but of all the meaningless games, this one happens to mean the most. It's the dress rehearsal, so to speak. I don't get it. They all still wear the same exact uniform. Okay, that was a corny joke. So, 3 things that we saw in the Cleveland game we don't want to see in this game. One thing is Matthew Stafford, the predictability of his plays. It's simple. They don't pass a lot when he's under center. When he's under center, oftentimes it's going to be a handoff with the occasional play action pass. Very rarely does he get the ball under center. He does a traditional 3 to 4, 5-step drop back and throw the ball. It's predictable. He's not a college quarterback. Stop throwing the ball with Stafford exclusively, and by exclusively, I'm going to say 80 to 90% of the time, which isn't exclusive, I know, out of the shotgun. That's my point. Stop throwing the ball with Stafford predominantly out of shotgun. Hopefully this changes in game 3 of the preseason and in the regular season, because this is a common theme from the beginning of his career. Number 2, it's the linebackers. They've played unathletic. They've played uninspired. You got a guy like Rocky McIntosh, who I'm going to predict will end up being your starter. Maybe not week 1, but shortly thereafter, because he may not get all the sacks, interceptions, and forced fumbles, but our guys don't either. But he's a sure tackler. And so we want to see improved play, specifically at the outside linebacker spot. At this point, Ashley Palmer is going to get the starting job, but it's only by default because no one else has stepped up to the plate. And then there's the offensive line. Reggie Bush had a good game catching the ball, but they gave him no holes. Just like no running back has really had much of a running lane the last few years. I don't care if it's Reggie Bush. I don't care if it's Adrian Peterson. I don't care if it's Barry Sanders. If they don't have a lane to run through, running backs aren't going to get a ton of yards. So we want to see improvement. And, one last thing about this Cleveland game. Shame on you schedule makers. Simply put, don't place a team that the Lions will be facing in the regular season as a preseason opponent. I don't care how much of a tradition it is for the Lions to face the Browns. Because when you do this, preseason opponent, same as a regular season opponent, the vanilla offenses we see in the preseason become even more vanilla. They become vanilla-er. I just created a new word. 3 things we will be keying in on as we look forward to this game, though. Darius Slay, he's earned the starting spot at cornerback. Congratulations to him. What better test than going up against the greatest quarterback in the last 10 years, at least the most winningest, in Tom Brady. Number 2, we're looking for a receiver. Any receiver not named Calvin Johnson to do something, anything in a positive aspect. Patrick Edwards, Ryan Broyles, Nate Burleson, Chris Durham. I don't care who it is. I just want to see one of you, without a Johnson number 81 on your back, do something for this team. I'm going to need you. And then number 3, it's Howard Kickalicious Ruglin's last chance to make an impression. At this point, David Akers is running away with the starting job. He's been solid. He's been healthy. Howard's going to have to get Kickalicious and pull out all the stops if he's going to take the veteran spot and make this roster, because chance of him making the practice squad very low, being a kicker. And we want him here in Detroit. I could see him being snatched up by a team, the first team that has an injury or ineffective kicker, and we'll be ruining the day that we let Kickalicious go. So this is your opportunity to step up. Let's see you boot a 55-yarder, a 60-yarder, and stay in this fight. All right, guys, that's going to do it. Don't forget, as always, subscribe if you haven't done so. We'll be back in a couple of days. Maybe you'll be on the video as we'll be giving you the recap of what hopefully will be a much more entertaining, exciting, and successful Detroit Lions effort here against the New England Patriots. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. We'll be back soon. As always, this has been Jerry Mallory for SB Nation and PrivateDetroit.com.